Hello and welcome to this week's edition of Career Networking Center Conversation. Today we're joined by Kim White, the Executive Director of CNC, and two of the great coaches, Jack and Deb. This week's topic is network groups. So Kim, why don't you start by just sharing with everyone what some of the network groups are that are available at the Career Networking Center?
Yeah, thanks so much, Mike, for this conversation. Networking is so critically important, and we have several different groups that we offer at the center. Our job club, which is something that we started when the center first opened in 1996. It's been going on for a number of years. It's an opportunity for you to meet others that are in job search. And to share your elevator pitch, share other opportunities that you may know of that you can share with the group. We also have executive accountability group, which is another opportunity to network. And that's for, your senior managers and above that are looking for work. So they're able to come together and network. We also have a job search work team accountability groups that we offer. And then we have networking groups for those entry-level folks that are just coming out of school. So a lot of great opportunities to network.
And Deb, at a real high level, what's the value of somebody new who joins CNC attending some of these groups?
Well, job search can be lonely. Suddenly you find yourself at home alone on your computer, searching for jobs online. Maybe your family and friends don't really understand what you're going through, but your life has changed dramatically. So the clubs and the networking groups, it makes you feel part of a team. So you're not alone, you're part of a group, and they understand what you're going through. So not only does it help you with your skills and job search, but it doesn't make you feel so lonely and isolated.
Jack, I remember when I was looking for work and I attended my first CNC job club meeting, I was a little nervous. What does CNC do to help people be at ease? Talk a little about the atmosphere in these meetings.
The atmosphere is very friendly. It's professional. No one's there to criticize one another. It's a joint effort on people who have a mutual goal, and that's to find a satisfactory position. And I think the great benefit that I see, particularly with the Executive Accountability Group, is the networking that takes place and the potential job leads that come from one another, sharing with one another about what their job situation is, companies they've talked to, people they've talked to. I think it turns out to be a great opportunity for those that participate.
Deb, the job club's open to anyone, but the JSWT you've been involved with for some time. Talk a little about what happens in a job search work team meeting.
Yes, it's an accountability group, and it's a team that you make a commitment to. So the expectation is you attend every week, you report on your prior week's progress, we discuss different strategies, you get input from other members, and it also allows you kind of air your grievances as far as what's happened along the way and celebrate your successes. So you really become part of a team. We found that you can land a job 33% faster if you're in an accountability group. Not only mentally, but physically, it makes you feel like you're part of something and you're not alone. So we highly recommend an accountability group. And members that have landed, that have been in our accountability group, which is quite a few, have really shared their experiences and how happy they were that they joined.
Yeah. Jack, can you add on to that? Why are accountability so important as you're going through the job search?
I think job searching can be a very complex and confusing process. The accountability groups build a structure around job search and provide a roadmap for candidates to get a successful job search done, and do it with the support and help of others, seekers of jobs in the same group. So I think it's important that the group does provide this roadmap, if you will, and holds people accountable for the goals and objectives that they set. It's all done in a very friendly and professional manner, but it does result, as Deb said, in people landing a job sooner.
Yeah. And, I think you said this earlier, Jack, about the fact that there's no judgment. There's none of that. At the end of the day, everyone is coming to that meeting with the same goal. The end goal is to find a job. And so to be able to connect with other people and also have people hold you accountable. There are days you don't want to get out of bed to do the job search, but if you have a 10 o'clock a.m. meeting, you're going to get on that call because other people are relying on you to help keep them accountable.
One of the most interesting things I found in the job search work team, which I had been facilitating for 3.5 years is the group. They become very cohesive, and several have paid it forward, and they were hired by a company and brought others with them to interview. They networked, and they ended up working at the same organization. So a lot of them ended up being lifelong friends and thankful for this group that they did not know before they lost their job and began their job search. So it really becomes a very helpful networking group that pays it forward.
That is a great story, Deb. Does anyone else have any success stories they'd like to share with our audience of why being a part of a CNC accountability group or networking group has made a difference in their successfully landing a dream job?
I'd have to agree with Deb. We've had several members of our executive accountability group that have helped each other land jobs through networking and through just a mutual discussion. A casual conversation with a fellow member results in a person landing a job. So that I just support the point that Deborah just said about the networking and how important that is, particularly for the job clubs.
Yeah, and anytime you're being held accountable, that means you're going to do the work, right? And so you're gonna do the work because your team depends on it, and you've made that commitment. And because of that, you're going to land your job faster. I mean, the stats just say that. So it's so important to be part of a networking group or an accountability group to make sure that you get that job quicker than you may if you had not participated in one.
And the sharing of stories. And I'm sure, Jack, you've seen this before. Someone goes on an interview, they talk about the questions, they talk about feedback, they talk about next steps, just sharing the stories. Everybody's in a different part of their journey. So it does really help to know what the next steps are and what to expect when you hear others talk about their journey.
Well, thanks to the panel. Appreciate all your insights. And if you'd like to learn more about networking groups, we hope you'll reach out to the Career Networking Center and hope you join us again next week. Thanks for watching.